Good morning, everybody. It's Deanna here with our new crafty hour for today. Welcome, welcome. Just going to hang out here for a couple of seconds. We'll make sure everybody can find the event before we get started, and then we will get creating. So good morning. I am a couple of minutes early. I just wanted everybody to be able to find us. I hope you have your kit ready because we are going to create a couple of cards today. Good morning. Hello, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just a reminder that Courtney will be on her page later this afternoon at 5 p.m. Pacific time on Scrapbook and Memories. She has no homework, so you do not need to worry. You just need to go over to her page, log on, and be ready to rock and roll. I did give you a little bit of homework and a couple of things that were optional for you to bring to class. So I did mention if you had some foil papers, that those are optional to bring them. Shelley, I think we have one kit left, I think. Maybe two kits. So we can give us a phone call at the store and we can make sure that we still have some. These kits always go fast. And I'm going to tell you something. We are actually going to start cutting back our kits because some of the kits, I guess I order a few too many and we have leftovers. So as a result, I'm going to start cutting back some of my kits because I would rather have it sell out than have a few left over because they don't always sell as well once it's over, which is kind of weird because you can, of course, always go back. Now, before I get started, we do have a few of the next month or the next one kit. This is in 2 weeks. This is on April 11th. This kit is massive. And I'm not sure if you remember or if you saw the when I talked about it, but it is we actually have lowered the price on this because we knew that there was a lot going on for everybody. So we thought we just want to do that. So this kit, it just keeps coming out of the box, doesn't it? This kit is massive. So we do have a few of these coming, still available. It's $30 Canadian. I can't remember what Courtney's is. And if I remember, I will show you a couple of cards that Diane, I don't have the actual cards here, but she has already created a couple. This embossing folder is amazing. It is a Spellbinders embossing folder. Die cuts, card panels, chipboard, the obligatory adhesive, the shakers, which I love. And I still have, look at this, like this embossing folder is gorgeous. So if you have not yet registered for that one, we do still have some. So please make sure to register. I could bust these apart and this embossing folder goes for $20. So it is an amazing, amazing one. I'm really excited about that. If I remember, I'll ask for Diane to bring in her phone and she can show you some of the pictures that she has created. And I have heard that Courtney has a fun gift card idea. So you don't want to miss out on that one. I think it's going to be great. Now for today, let's talk a little bit about today. Oh, you are more than welcome, Sandy. I hope you are feeling better. You did not sound healthy at all. So for today, we are going to be using Katy Sue. Now, Katy Sue is a company that is out of, I'm trying to see if I have a sample of their stuff. They're out of the UK. Sorry, I'm just trying to grab my stuff. Denise, you want this crafty hour? I can get the girls to ring it through for you if you want it. Denise Hyde for the next crafty hour. I just told the girls. Yep. Okay, so we're going to be using this one, and I don't know if I have, and this one. Okay, now what Courtney and I did, when you buy these, and we do still have some of these available to purchase whole, when you buy these, you get enough to make 8. So you get enough to make 2 of everything. Same with this. We have enough to make 8, 2 of everything. Okay, and we do have these at 20, I think they're $25.99, and at Clipper Street, we always do have that 10% discount on the stuff that we use for the class. I apologize, I'm not sure what the US price is, but you can definitely check with Courtney. I know she keeps it as low as humanly possible. So I know we still have some of these. Now what Courtney and I did, and it turned out to be a little bit more work than we thought, but we decided just to give you enough to do 4 and 4 of each. So you have enough to make 8 cards, and we split these up so that you can get a variety, a little taste test of each of them. Will we get pictures of the papers? No, you will not, because we split them. But they are on Katy Sue's website. So Debbie, you can definitely go, just Google Katy Sue, and there is all kinds of images. Now, we also have the Wellington ones. The Wellington ones are available to purchase. These are separate. And I did do, before I get started, I'll show you this. I did do this little one. I kept it so that you can pull out that little bit so you can write on it. And it does open. You don't have to, and I'm going to show you a few things. I need my glasses to work. They actually suggest just gluing that on so that it gives it some stability, but you have options. And this is the Wellingtons. Same price, $25.99, 10% off. So you're going to save $2.60. We do have these in stock. Now, the other one we're waiting on is the flower pots. Those had a slight delay. We do have everybody's names. They should be on their way if they're not already. They might be already. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a few different ideas. Some of them, you know, are very, very basic. I think we're going to start with these ones. And you're going to have 4 of them. Ooh, and I have something I want to show you. And we're going to have to figure out how best to do this. Don't let me forget. I have something coming that will be here next week. So let's talk about these ones. I did glue these in. So as you can see, they are not going to come out when I tug. That is optional. Okay. And they do stand up. Super, super cute. Now you can create them as they are, and that's what we're going to do because there's really not too much different stuff to do with them. But the other thing that you can do is just not put them together and put it right onto a card. So that is always an option. Okay, so we're going to create one of these. Choose whichever one you want. All of them are about the same. I think I'm going to do the blue one this time because I've already done these 2. You're going to have all 4. You're going to have a full sheet of this, okay, 1 full sheet, which is for 3, and you're going to have either the daffodils or the tulips as a bonus. Good morning, Courtney. So that way you have enough to do 4, right? Does that make sense? I hope. You have 4 watering cans, you'll have a sheet, and then 1 more, which will give you enough to do 4 of these. Now, I have already done the daffodils on this sample, and I've done the poppies on this sample. So I think for today, I'm going to do the tulip one, and I think I will do it on the blue as a result. Now, these ones are super easy. Like I said, there's not much to them. You can go ahead and pull out the big watering can, and there's also that little part there that will pop out that is the opening in that water can. And I'm just going to kind of focus on this part first. I'll just give you a few options. Now, if you wish to just put these right onto a card front, yes, your card is going to be a little bit bigger, but if you're hand delivering it, that's okay. But you can make this 3D. So down on the bottom, there is some fold lines, and if you just fold them accordion style, that is how we attach it. So if you wanted to put this onto a card, very easily you can snip off the top and you can attach it, a little bit of tape on that small little flap like that, and you can have a 3D card pop out on your actual card base. Maybe you use some of that pretty paper that we got in yesterday from Hunky Dory, and you can just make a normal card if you don't want to do one of these standing cards. Okay, there's not a lot of different options with the watering can. It is just a super fun one. So we're going to make it just as they plan us to do. So again, all I've done so far is just pop it out. You choose whichever can you would like. And then down on the bottom, we're just going to accordion fold. So we're going to fold it back and front and back, just like that. And what you're going to have is this little strip of white on the back. It's the little one, and that is where we are going to put adhesive. So when you shut this, you can see you get a tent card. See how that will go together? So we're going to take our double-sided tape. I prefer double-sided tape for this part, only because it's instant. I know it's going to sit instantly. Okay, so I'm just going to run the tape along that piece. I'm going to fold it like so, and then I'm going to press this down, and then I'm going to shut the back door. It will automatically line up, and there you have your little accordion fold. Okay, and he'll stand up. He's super, super cute. These are great for Mother's Day. They're great for if you have to visit somebody in the hospital. Sometimes hospitals don't allow the real flowers, so they kind of get a little flower in there. Okay, now you have a couple of options in here, and they have given you options that you can change them up. Down on the bottom, you're going to see that you're going to have a solid piece that is supposed to be kind of like a little galvanized strip, and a scallop piece. So those go either on the bottom and the top. This one, I did double, because once you're done with it, it's kind of like, what are you going to do with it? So I might do double again. Just for fun. But you can have it, let me pull this up, so that you just have, doesn't that look cute like that? This little galvanized strip like that. Or you can just have the little scallop part. It's totally up to you. I don't think I brought my scissors. You can just, oh, actually, you know what? I'm just going to do the scallop because it's really cute. I will tell you what I did, though, when I did the double, because I did do a double. No, we'll do a double because I do want to show you. You also had two little greetings. I'm going to pull all four of these pieces out. And then we'll talk about these little greetings in this little part in a moment. So you can just do one of these. You can do both of these. It is your choice. I popped them up with my foam strips. So here where I just did the scallop, you can see that I did pop that up with the scallop. You don't have to. You can do it flat. This one that I did double, I'm going to show you how I did that because there was a little bit more to it. So for that, I'm going to start with the scallop and just a thin, I should have brought my glue press this morning for these little pieces. Oh, well. Now, if you're going to do it with the double, like I did, we're going to move this up just a little bit. Okay, got a little bit of glue seeping out, but that's okay. So you can see how I've come up from the bottom a little bit. Normally I would take it right to the bottom, but I came up just a little. And with the little piece at the top, I'm going to come down just a little bit, not a lot, just a little. Okay, now what that will do is you can see that it's going to overhang a little bit. I don't know if I've got good scissors here or not, which sounds so crazy. Oh, this might work. It is going to kind of overhang just a little because it is meant to sit on the very bottom. So I'm just going to take my scissors and carefully just snip it. Let's just do it a little bit straighter than that. Okay, and slide that one over. And that's probably fine. And you know what? The top isn't bad, but we'll just snip it off. And that is just because I did not do it exactly on the bottom. Normally it would fit perfect, but I'm going to do a double. So that's what mine looks like. Now, if you are just doing a single, you then have these leftover pieces that you don't have to use. For me now, I'm going to take my foam strip and I'm just going to take it all the way across. I don't need to trim this one because this one will indeed sit right on the bottom, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm going to press this down. Sometimes it might have been easier to do these before we actually put them together. Let's move that a little bit over. Yeah, see, I kind of like it as a double, but that's just me. I just think it's kind of cute. It's kind of a cutesy one. So you don't have to do both, but the option is there if you want to do both. I would just not recommend foam taping both because, well, that's going to get a little crazy. And then this one is going to sit at the top. And these go together really, really quick. There's not a lot to them, but they're very effective. Okay, so we've got that. Now you do have two little greetings here. I'm going to pop both of them out. You can use both or you can just use one. And then at the very top, you have this little piece here. Now this is what we create our 3D topper on, and it fits right inside that little slot that's at the top. So you could pull it out. Like I mentioned, I attached mine inside. Oops, there goes my daffodil. I attached mine inside, and I'll show you how I did that. So I had suggested that you might want to do this part as homework because it is a little bit fussy on these. And don't let me forget to tell you something exciting about these after. So I'm going to do the daffodil. You might have chose a different one. They all work. Okay, so you're going to start with that bottom one. Now, you can start right on top of here. Personally, I find it easier to just do it like this. So I'm going to pull out a few. And you might have wanted some pop dots that are micro. I'm going to just tear a little bit of my foam tape. Let's see if I can do that. And just like our 3Ds, they will go right on top. So you just kind of find its matching partner. And I did tell you don't do the other ones for a reason, because we don't always have to put them right on top. Okay, so I just put foam tape. I find the little matchy-matchy, and it's just going to give it that 3D look. Where did I now put? Oh, there it is. Let's see. I'm just going to do these. See, I didn't do my homework, but I didn't want you guys stressing out, so I did tell you to do it. So let me just, and I picked the tulip because it is, I think, the easiest. The daffodil, oh, that one was a little bit more work. That's for sure. That is for sure. And if you can't find the matchy, like on the daffodil, ooh, I struggled on a few. I'm like, I don't know where this goes. I don't know if you guys had that same problem. I just don't stress it. Sometimes I just don't worry about it. Okay, we're going to go with that. Now, when you have these little itty-bitty parts, like what you can see with mine, you have options. You can use the micro pop dots, which are very, very tiny. And these definitely serve a purpose. If you are in my class, my teal class, this weekend, you definitely need them. I also like to use my strips because, as you can see in this spot, sometimes that is, ooh, there's the doorbell. Sometimes that is the best idea. Just works really, really nicely. That means there's a shipment here, and I know what that is. Tell ya, I hear the doorbell in my sleep. I'm sure Courtney feels the same right now. It's just crazy how much we're getting. Keeps us out of trouble. Okay, so sometimes I have to kind of hold it up and go, where does this belong? Karen, yes. Yeah, the daffodil was a lot. And some of them I just wung it. I just put it wherever I wanted to put it. Nobody is going to know. That's the key. Where does this one go? Oh, he goes up here. Nobody's going to know, so you don't need to stress out about making sure it is exactly perfect. Yeah, Courtney, I'm sure your doorbell's going like crazy too. I think we got into a lot of trouble in Germany. I think we ordered a lot. Okay, a couple more. And that's why I had mentioned to do these as homeworks, just so you didn't have to fuss. But I didn't want you to do the last one as homework, because I am going to show you something different with that. You know what? I'm going to just be cheeky, and I'm just going to take this one and put it on there. As you can see, I don't often use my scissors. Oop, I forgot a layer. I don't often use my scissors with my foam tape. I just tear it. That's just a personal preference. I do find it just tears fine. Almost done. Where does this one go? We'll put that one there. I've only got a couple more, and then I'm going to call her done. But yeah, you don't have to use all of them. Let's see. I'm going to use some more of my foam strip on those tiny little ones, because I think they'll be just fine. Put that there. Nice yellow one. I think that goes. Sometimes I just guess. Sometimes I just guess. Jackie, I don't have anybody in here right now taking requests. So once the video's done, just give the store a call. We do have quite a few of the Wellingtons. Ooh, and something's printing in here. Where does this guy go? See, I don't know where he goes. But I think I'm going to... I'm going to put him there. What the heck? That looks good to me. I'm done. Okay, so once you've got that done, then what we're going to do is attach it onto this little topper. Now, what is suggested, and I'm just going to attach it here, and then I'll tell you what is suggested. We gave you envelopes. Where are my envelopes? They're big envelopes, as you can tell. These are big. And what they suggest, I think this is for this one. Oh, look how big they are, is to work with the envelope. Now, I didn't with these, and they are just fine. Gosh, that's a massive envelope. I think you can make a whole journal with that. So what I did is I just kind of put it right at the top. Oops, a bit too much glue coming out. Just kind of like that, okay? And I'm going to clean that little bit of glue residue off. Okay. And then it's just going to slip in here. And the reason I use the liquid glue is because once I slip it in here, I can decide if I want it further down or further up. I had to play a little bit with my poppies because, as you can see, my poppy is right at the top of that. So you can play a little bit more. The tulips don't have the flowers right down to the bottom. Not as big of a deal. Now you can leave it like this so that they can pull it out and maybe there is a little surprise message on there. If you want to attach it, this is what I did. And I did find that it gave it a little bit of stability, but it's optional. I like the idea of pulling it out as well. I think it's kind of fun to have like a little surprise that you can pull it out. So I just put some tape on the front. Nails mid-air do not work. Tape on the front, like so. I slid it in here, like so. Pulled it down, and it won't stick permanently yet. And then I just put my fingers in there and pressed. And so now it won't pull out. So that is optional. Now you do have, like I mentioned earlier, 2 sentiments that you can add. And you can add both or you can just add one. So we can take this one and we can put it right on top. I'm going to foam tape it because of course that looks stinking cute. You can put this on the back if you wish. You do have an area. That is where you will write on for your message to your person. So we're going to put this right like that. And then with this one, we can have it up here like that if we want and just foam tape it, or we can put it at the back. It's totally up to you where you might want to put it. Maybe you want to put it underneath. Let's see. Let's look. Lift up my foam tape a little bit. Yeah, you can have it coming out like that too. Or you don't have to use it. So there's lots of different options with these. So that is essentially how to put together these. I'm sure Courtney will have some fun little tips. Here I did it as a double where I used both of them, but their suggestion is just to use one. But like, why be boring and just use one, right? So those are the watering cans. Super easy to do. The only thing I could do different that I thought of was just attach it right onto a card and just cut off the back side. So you could always do that. So those are the watering cans, and they do fold fairly flat to fit inside that envelope, as you can see, and then they'll pop up. Okay, I'm going to move to the one that I thought was just a little bit different and that gave us a little bit more freedom, and that is with the fence cards. So let's bring in the fence cards. And I've got 3 of them. We're going to make 2 of them. These 2 are essentially the same. But what I did do is I added some foil to them. Now let's actually look at what our kits look like. So you're going to have 4 of these fence panels. Okay, so that's your first sheet, and these will just all pop out. This is actually your card. So I'm going to pop this out just to get it ready. And see here, these little guys, keep them. Because we were in a Katy Sue class a couple of weeks ago, and they showed us some fun things to do with them. So keep them. Don't throw these little slats away until you know that you don't need them, okay? So I'm going to put them at the top of my desk. And you'll see that there's a score line, and that is essentially your card. Okay? I'm just going to burnish that down with my foam folder. You also have these 2 things. One here and one here. And we're going to be using these. For now, I'm going to put this off to the side. I'm going to show you something in the second card that I did with these. But for now, we're going to turn them off to the side. So that is your one sheet that you have in there. You'll have 4 of those, 1 for each. And you will notice that they're all the different wood color. So there is the bleached wood, you have the lighter wood, you have the darker wood, and I have just opened the white. I'll have to check, Sharon. I think the answer is yes, but we'll have to check. Give us a call after Crafty Hour and we'll have a look. I feel like there was some extras. Now you also are going to have 4 of these, and they should be different. And these are 4 of what I call like the background scenes. So here you have this one that's a walk in a park. Here on this one, you have like the little cottage. Here is the garden shed. And then here is this one I call the meadow. Okay, so you're going to have 4 different ones of those. And then last but not least, you are going to have a sheet of this. And this is the flowers for each one. So you have 4 different sets. You have 4 greetings, and you have 4 adorable little birds. So you just need 1 sheet to make 4. When you buy the kit, of course, you get 8. So you get 2 sheets of this, 8 cards, all that kind of stuff. So I decided what they usually do is just take this and just glue it in like that and call her done. I really wanted a little bit of foil behind there. So as you can see on mine, I did add a little foil. It is optional, not necessary. You don't absolutely have to do it, but I liked it. So that is why I suggested that if you have some foil handy, you might want to do it. And it could be any color that's going to match with this. I'm going to use one of the purple ones, I think, for today. I'm going to move these off to the side. I think we'll make this one. Okay, so for this, I had said it's going to be a 5 by 7. Now, clearly, it's going to be a little smaller than a 5 by 7 so that it fits on the card. So I'm just going to trim mine to just under 5. And I'll just hold it up there and I'll see, yeah, that looks good. It still gives me that border all the way around. And then I'm going to cut it to just under 7. Now, you might have already cut yours because I said it was going to be a 5 by 7. So you just need to take a little bit off. Oops, I'm making a mess. So just under 7. And I'm going to just make sure it fits onto the card. I get a little border of white. Now, this is optional. You don't have to do these to create this card. But I just found that it really kind of popped and added a pretty little border around there, jazzed it up a little bit. And I'm going to glue that on. I have a lot of foils. You all know I'm kind of addicted to foils. So I keep a collection. Every time I see foils come in, I buy them. And then when I want to make something, I just sit down and find a color. Now, it doesn't look like I have to trim my image at all. It looks like it is totally fine. If you want to trim it up, you can. You can take off the bottom and a little off the side. You may notice that there's like a faded area here. They did that so that you can write there. But if that bothers you, of course, you could always do it on the back. But I think it's totally fine. So I'm going to attach this just with glue, because it looks fine. They're so pretty cards. We found Katy Sue. Well, let me rephrase this. So we went to the Ohio show last year and Katy Sue was there. And my mom had told me about Katy Sue because she had been following her on some of the social media channels and said, oh, she's got some very cool molds and etc. And if you see her there, and she was there. So she does have a lot of really neat things, but the paper card kits were what really kind of excited me. Okay, so that is our basic fence card so far. All we've done is folded the card. Looks great. We have put the image inside. I have added a purple foil, but you can choose whichever one. Now you have 2 of these slats, and you have different options for these. So the one is just to put it with foam tape clear across like that. And what the foam tape is going to do is just give you that added dimension. They do hang over a little bit. If that bothers you, then of course you can trim it down. Now the other thing you can do that's kind of fun is take this piece and put it on the back like a fence gate. Isn't that a cool idea? I love that. So that's what I did on this card. What I did is I attached one to the front with foam tape, and maybe that's what we'll do so I can show you. And then I did one on the back side to make it look like a fence. Okay, so that is also an option. You have options with those. Another option is to cut these cards apart, and you can attach it like that. Cut this off and you can make a little garden shed card. Just put it onto a 5 by 7 card, chop that off, and how cute would that be? Maybe a beach house, all kinds of things. So what I'm going to do, and this is optional, you do yours, but I encourage you, since you have 4, to give them a try. I'm going to take a piece of foam tape and I am going to put it right across that top one, just like this. Okay, that's the first one. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right across. Even I'm going to let it hang over. If you don't like that, you can chop it off. So that's the first one. I am not going to put one on the bottom for this card, but this would be your next step. I'm going to leave it. Now I'm going to take a little bit of glue, and for this I would definitely use liquid glue, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball, and it is an eyeball, some dots of glue on a diagonal. Now I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that. Let me see if I can catch the light on there. It's not really showing, but I've just dotted a little bit of glue on a diagonal. So I can take this now, do it like this, and flip it over and make it work where I want it to work. Ah, love it, right there. Okay, so that's why I only did little dots of glue. It's gonna stick, I'm not too worried about that, but I don't want glue all in the wrong place. So that's what we've got. Okay, that's an option. You can also just do 2 panels across, but the idea was that we wanted to show you something a little different. Now I'm gonna bring these in, and I think for this one, I am going to use this set. And I'm going to take out the biggest 2. And this is where I did not want you to put these together. Not at all. Because we're going to do something a little different with them. We're going to bring in our foam tape. And I'm going to start with my biggest one. What I'm going to do, actually, just to make it, because I know what I'm going to do. This isn't what I did the first time, but I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a strip of foam tape and just not quite to the end. I'm going to leave off the last 2 rungs. So we're just going to do a foam tape like that. Then I'm going to take the biggest one and I'm going to put it on top like so. Now you want to make sure it doesn't go off the bottom of the card. It's okay if it goes off the top, but if it goes off the bottom, it's not going to sit very well. Now this one, which is the next biggest, I'm going to put a strip of foam tape behind it like that. And I'm going to slide it over a little bit so it's like that. Now, it's going to hang over top of the first one. I'm leaving that little bit of space, which is totally perfect. And the idea is, because I'm not putting 2 rungs on there, I want to hide this bottom one. Oh gosh, there's the doorbell again. Oh, okay. So now I'm going to pull out some more of these beautiful daisies. I think I got my work cut out for me today. And we're going to add some more foam tape. Okay, so we're going to put pieces here. And because I am not layering it into one flower, right? Because we spread it out and it's not just in one flower, we are going to have an opportunity to move some things around if we want. Now this one I think I am going to keep just right on top like that. So I just put it right on top. But this one, you know what? I'm going to move it over here and just add some flowers. You have the ability to move these around. I did not go, look at that. I did not go right over top of the exact same one. I am going to just get a little creative with them and put flowers wherever I want to put flowers. I am in control of that. Okay. And this one actually doesn't even have a huge amount of flowers, but it gives you the option. And I'm going to show you a few other options here in a second. So I'm going to put a piece there and a piece there, and I'm going to be like, where do I want this? No, I think I'm going to go over here because I do want a little bit more 3D. So I'm going to put it on there. And this one I'm not worried about lining up. It's totally fine. This one, let's see. This little single daisy, I'm going to see, where do I want some dimension? Maybe up here. And see, I'm just going to put it right over top of that daisy. It's where you want that dimension. This little pink blossom belongs to, and then I think that's it for that one. So for this, I'm going to bring in my little micro dots here, because they're just it'll. They're very it'll. And then I'm going to be like, where do I want this one? I don't even know where it goes, but I think I'm going to put it right maybe right there. I don't think I like it there. You know where I'm going to put this little guy? I'm going to put him right there, right on the fence, peeking out. Feel like I need a little color there. So these do not have to go right on top of each other. You have the ability to move them around. As a matter of fact, on this one that I'm going to show you in a minute, I saved some of the flowers and brought them up here with the bird. So you don't have to just layer them right on top of each other. You can change them around. Now I'm going to bring in a bird. Let's see, which bird? Which birdie bird? I think I'll use this bird. They'll all work. You choose which bird. This bird can go up on the fence. He could be like right there. Oh, he looks cute there, doesn't he? He could be right up on top of the fence. Or, come here, little birdie. Come here, little birdie. We could put him in the flowers. He looks really cute there too. Too many options. Oh my gosh. I don't know where to put the bird. Isn't he adorable? Yeah, I do have some other stuff. Don't let me forget, but I got some stuff to take. I think I will put him up here this time. These birds down here, do you see how I took this one here and I totally spread them out over the whole bottom? That's what I'm saying. You don't have to make just one clump. You can, but you can spread it out over the whole bottom. This birdie is in with my flowers. This one, which I adore, he's almost like hidden in the flowers there. Okay. Now, I still have this weird space here that I don't want. So I'm going to take, oh, is that all the doorbells I'm hearing?
Our doorbells are done.
Our doorbells are done. How many boxes? Too many?
8 and a skid.
8 and a skid?
But no Sizzix. It was Crafter's Companion and
I'm assuming the so the skid is coming. Skid is coming. She thinks it's done, but the skid's coming. Now what I'm going to do is, because I have some little scrap of foil left over, I am going to map my greeting on this foil because I have a little bit left over, so why not? Right? Why not? I think I'll trim this up first with my trimmer. And then, and again, you don't have to do this. I just have it. Because it's kind of a little jagged, I am going to kind of follow my little jagged with my foil. Okay. And I want to cover this blank little space here. And I think I'm going to need it to be a little bit higher. So I'm going to do a couple of foam tapes. Maybe, well, we'll try, I think I'm going to have to go 3. Let's go 2 and 3. Oopsie, that wasn't very good. 2 and 3, okay? Because I feel like that's going to be the right space. Yep, I think so. And then I'm going to put that right here. Yeah, I think that looks cute. Oh, hi.
Did I hear you say yesterday there was an extra one of us?
I gave them an extra one, yes.
So then it wouldn't have been in our...
Probably not. Okay, so there it is. Now here, I just put this one down there. Here, I put it up here. You could also put it in the scene if you want. So you have a few different options. Now I got one more card I want to show you. and it is a special one. Is everybody okay? So we've made one of each so far, but I do want to show you, and we've got a little bit of time, of how to do this one. So I might move a little fast on this because I do want to get to it. But remember friends, you can come back. What this is we did this. Okay, now I saw a sample of this from Katy Sue. I cannot take credit. You know I won't take credit where credit's not due. But they didn't have instructions. So I don't know how they did it. I made it up because I could not figure out how to do it. But I want you to see that you can do something like that. Now remember these little pieces I said? This is another idea from Katy Sue. They use them as little fence signs. Isn't that adorable? So where did my Wellingtons go? On this card, here, look, I have a little sign peeking out of the flowers. And so you can use these little slats as little signposts and have them peeking out. I love that. I love that idea. And on this one, I did it down here, but in retrospect, you can't really see it. Maybe if I had done it with a different color, it might have popped out. But you can use these as little signposts. You just attach it to the back side and stick it in there. Isn't that an adorable idea? I thought that was really cute too. So let me show you how I did this. Now, am I going to say that this is the only way to do it? Heck no. I couldn't find instructions. I looked and looked on Katy Sue's site, and I could not find any instructions on how she did it. So I kind of wung it. I did my own thing. So here's what I did. And if I move too fast, my apologies. I do want to get through this. So it may be something that you come back to. It may be something that you don't want to do, and that's okay. But I figure if you have some options, do it. Now I'm going to keep this because this is what I'm going to use for my hinges. All right, that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to keep those. These are too thin to use for hinges, and maybe that's what they did. I don't know, but that I felt was too thin. So we're going to keep all those little pieces. We're going to fold our card like so. And then we're going to open it up, and we are going to cut right in half. So that means we are going to cut. Let's make sure I'm straight. Maybe come over a little bit. So I have 3 of the fence, and I have 3 of the fence. So I just cut them in half, as you can see. Okay. Now, before I do anything else, this is where I want to make my hinges. I guess that's a good word. That's the word we're going to go with. We're going to make some hinges. So I just did that real quick and didn't show you what I did. I'm just using a piece. Sorry, guys. I just am using a piece of my leftover because this is a nice sturdy part. And I just use the part that, you know, isn't super big. It's going to work. I don't want it to be bigger than my space, right? So I knew that this was a good size. So this is what I'm going to use. I just cut a random piece. Doesn't have to be any certain size, just a random piece. My piece happens to be a little longer. I'm going to make it 5 inches. Just because that works. I'm going to make it 5 inches. And then I'm going to cut it into 2. So I have 2 pieces. So I cut it at 2.5. So now I have 2 pieces. Mine are approximately 2.5. Now, if you want to make sure that they're the right width, just hold it up to your fence and it should fit in that space. You don't want to see it kind of peeking behind, right? So that is a good width. You could always trim it down. I think on this one, mine might be a little bit smaller, but that kind of worked. So far, so good? Now, you can fold this in half. I'm actually going to use my scoring blade because I just found it a little bit easier. Doesn't have to be exactly in half, and we're just going to make a couple of little folds. You can fold in half if you don't have your piece handy, your scoring tool. I'm just gonna fold it in half, just like that. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Okay, and I'm just going to fold it like that. They don't have to be exact, they don't have to be perfect. So far so good. So we have 2 pieces that are folded. Measurement doesn't matter. These might be bigger than what this was. I don't know. I didn't even measure. It's pretty close. Okay, now we're going to be attaching it to the side without the little jut. We're going to be attaching it to the straight edge. And we're going to attach it like so. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my double-sided tape, because I want it to be kind of permanent. And I'm going to make 2 pieces, because I didn't bring my thick tape. So I'm going to cover, and I'm going to cover both sides. Which dye color brands did you use for the fence? Which dye color? Sorry, Donna. Not quite understanding. You might have to dumb it down for me today. Oh, I hear the doorbell again. Okay, so there we go. So you can see I've added just tape on both sides. If I had thicker tape, I would have. And I am using it on the wood side because I want the inside to be white, right? Yours are brown and the kit is light tan. You should have one of each, Dawn. You should have 4 different colors. 4 different ones. As I mentioned earlier, there's the white, light brown, dark brown, and kind of a gray-y. You get one of each of the colors. I think I showed at the beginning. Okay, so now I've covered both sides with tape. If you have thicker tape, you might just need 1 piece, but I didn't bring my thicker tape. So now I'm going to take these off. And on the straight edge, I am going to line this up, and I'll show it to you once I get my fingers out of the way. And I'm good, just like that. Because what's going to happen is that now will get attached. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. We're going to repeat it for the second. And again, if you want to keep it simple, you just copy those instructions. You don't have to change things up, but I like doing things a little different. And when I saw these samples, I'm like, I got to do that. Okay. And remember, the key is that it's to the straight edge because we're going to put it back on the card. Put it back on. All right. So now once we've got that done, now we are going to peel that off. And I'm going to do both at the same time, top and bottom. Come on. I didn't bring my pick today. I left the house not as prepared as I would have liked today. I was dealing with customs and it put me behind schedule and just not as good. Okay, so now we have that. Now here's what I like to do. I like to close the fence and I like to line it back up here so that I know it looks like it's going to be closed. Then I'm just going to fold that. And then we put it back together. Okay. Now, of course, I don't like the looks of that, so we're going to obviously cover it. And I think I decided on a blue piece for this, so let me cut this real quick. I wonder, I think I have to do it this way. Just under 5. That's my score. By just under 7. I decided on a blue piece of foil for this. And did I decide? Actually, you know what? I'm going to use this one. We'll tape that. You know what, Dawn? As I mentioned earlier, I just buy every foil we sell. So it's one of the ones we sell. I believe it might have been one of the Hunky Dory ones, but I don't know for sure. I buy every single foil pack we have. Corey, there may be some of these kits. There will definitely be, I think, just the fences and just the watering cans. So just give us a call. We tell you, make sure you always get Crafty Hour, because when they're gone, they're gone. Okay, so I just did this, and then I'm just going to put it on top, and what that's going to do is it's going to cover up those hinges. So now I don't see them below. Yeah, I just went into my stash. I think it's Hunky Dory in the A4s, but then again, if you guys remember, and I know Courtney did this too, we had a big tonic foil sale. I know you guys bought a lot because we sold a lot. So look at what you have in those tonic packs. They were a heck of a deal. Such a great value. Okay. Now, for now, trust me, I know it doesn't want to close. It needs a little bit of time to ease up. Mine here now is closing no problem, and it's staying closed. So don't panic if it's like, oh, it's all popping up. It will settle down for sure. Now these, I am going to cut in half. And the measurement is about 5 1/4, so that means 2 3/4 is my halfway. And 2 3/4 for that one. Because we do need to cut those. And I am not going to make the flowers on this because you guys know how to do that. But I am going to tell you something. And that I'm excited about. Now I'm going to line this up and put that extra piece on. I'm going to line this up and put that extra piece on. And then I'm going to do the same on the flip side. Okay, we'll put that there, put that there. And line it up. And if you, that one hangs over a lot, so we're going to trim that for sure. We do not want it hanging over that much. So we're just going to snip and snip. Done. Okay. So now all it is creating your flowers and your birds and all of whatever you want. Going back to this one here that I just did one cluster down in the side, and then just to balance it, I saved a few of these flowers and put them up here and had the little bird. And then there's that little sign sticking out. I love that little sign. Now I did secure it to the fence with some foam tape. Isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh. So you can make these simple. This is how they usually do it. Spread out your flowers, nice and easy. Add some foil because it makes it look pretty. You can add it so it looks like a gate, like we did on this one, like that. Or we could cut them apart, like this. Now, there is something we have coming next week, and I think Courtney has it, and if she doesn't have it, she can certainly get it. And I know you're going to ask me the prices, and I don't know yet, but it's pretty inexpensive. I just don't remember. But we have extra flower sheets coming. Now, don't ask me here because that will be bad. It might be that I'll ask Stacy to put it up on Facebook. Maybe that's what we'll do. And you can do a Google Doc. But we have extra sheets of these coming. And they're just these flowers. So you buy, this one is called Bouquet and Birds. I'll talk to Stacy. She'll probably kill me because she's in over her head. And this one is called Daffodil, Tulips, and Poppies. And I believe you get 3 sheets per pack. And so you might say, well, why do I need more of these flowers? For a very good reason. You might want to put way more depth and dimension on here, which is kind of what I would like to do. You may want to add more depth. You may want to put it all the way across. Like this one, I feel like is missing some things, right? Like I feel like it needs, look at it, to me, it's kind of flat. I need a little bit more flowers. So if I had another set of these, I could make it much, much bigger. And the other thing that you may want to do with these is put them onto your projects that are at home. Thank you. So you may want more for like your cards that are at home. And these are just great flowers. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 sets plus some greetings and birds. And on this one, you get 3 sets. And they're a little bit larger. So we will definitely put those up on.
Just go that way
okay.
and you're good.
And as you can see, I'm going to show you a few samples here if you hang tight. I just don't want it to lose. As you can see on here, you might want to have more on here. On here, you could put a birdie down here and some flowers down here, and that would be great. No, they do not sell these, Brenda, at all. They do not. Now, you might have some of these left over. If you do what I had said about making like a little garden shed, then you wouldn't need your inserts. But no, they don't have these just alone. But they do have these, and they have butterflies. And the butterflies are coming back in stock. We had the butterflies a year ago, and they're coming back. Now, if you need a little bit of temptation for the next crafty hour, Diane showed me a couple of real quick little pictures that she has made. There's one. Boop. And this is a trifold gift card. Boop. Okay, so that is, oh, look at that. That is her card coming up. Now, look how cute this one is. Ah, isn't it cute? Little froggy. So, that's a little close. So those are some sneak peeks. She's got more inspiration coming, but I cannot stress enough, get onto the website. That crafty hour is crafty hour number 37. It's on April 11th. It's only $30. Includes that big embossing folder that I showed you. And then anything that you want, either give Courtney a call or give myself a call. We will definitely get that all sorted out for you. I'm going to talk to Stacy about getting these just on Facebook. And then you can just go. Courtney might have them online. I am not 100% sure. I have made a humongous mess. I'm like, where are all my cards? So I have made my 4 fence cards. I have made 3 of those. That is your kit. It was a phenomenal kit, right? So don't forget, Courtney's going to be live on her page at 5 p.m. Pacific time. She's going to be sharing her creations with you. So make sure to tune in. And then tomorrow morning, I have been hinting at this. We are going live with our new crafty hour. It is going to be masculine. Based on feedback, we have found something. You guys are first to market with it. That is what just showed up at the back door. We may not have them ready to hand out tomorrow, but you will be able to see it. There is an extra add-on that we will be sending out to you as well. First in, first out. Trust me, I did not order as many of tomorrow's because I don't want any left over. So no sneak peeks. Nope. Nope, not at all. It's pretty cool though, and I think you're gonna like it. All right, so we will see you later today, and then don't forget 9 a.m. Pacific time, going live with the new crafty hour. Have a great day. Bye-bye.